Your business card is a great marketing tool. It's cheap. Do you need a special card, tricked out with color photos and fancy features? They're available, but I don't think they're necessary. But you do need a lot of cards. Most printers won't usually bother with an order for less than 500 or 1,000. Don't be tempted to run them off on your home computer. It's actually more expensive than professional printing, and it always looks amateurish. A business card is a standard size, 2 inches by 3.5 inches. If you set up a space like that on your favorite computer graphics program or just on a drawing pad, you can sketch out a good design in a few minutes. I hesitate even to use the word design. There's very little that needs to be included. Beyond those basic necessities, anything extra will just clutter the card and confuse the impression. And you don't need to pay anyone to design a card. You are the best authority on the subject of you. Simpler is better, and don't get all tricky with the typeface fonts. Choose one style and no more than 2 sizes to use. Let's take these elements one by one. Your name. I started in business using my birth certificate name. I've always hated it, and I found that having a stage name helped me keep my business life and my personal life separate. Your phone number. That has to be prominent. And don't forget that area code. You don't need your cell number, your home number, your address. You should be forwarding your business phone to your cell phone whenever you're out, so no one will ever need to dial that number. A few words about what you do. Let's emphasize a few. Magician, clown. What more do you need? They're not looking at the card to be intrigued. They're already intrigued. They're looking at the card to either call you or throw it away. You have just 3 or 4 words to make the difference. What should those words be? What are your most compelling features? Here's a prime example where the ad you have in one medium can reinforce the ones you have in others. Your business card copy can, for the most part, duplicate the ad you have in the Yellow Pages. There is your most basic and appealing information in a very small space. Harvest the most important lines from your Yellow Pages ad, and then cut them in half. Include your website address. The http / is not necessary, just www.yourwebsite.com. You might want to include a line like, "See me on the internet." And an illustration. Keep it simple. Now, plain black and white cards are printed in raised ink and will not process a photo. But a simple black and white line drawing of a bunny or a top hat or a magic wand will add a little oomph. There are companies that offer fancy color printing and can put your photo on the card, but generally, I believe that unless you're gorgeous and unless your look is what you're selling, you do just as well to avoid the photo. It runs the cost way up and is likely to turn a stranger off as much as it is to turn them on. At this point, many people will think the illustration could be my logo. I'll design a logo. I'll pay an artist to design a logo. I can put it on my business stationery, my Yellow Pages ad, my business card, my website. Slow down, cowboy. You may disagree with me. Others have different opinions. I'm here to tell you, you don't need a logo. You do want to project your professional business image, but you're not Coke or Pepsi, you're not Ford, you're not Chevrolet, you're Joe Bazat from Massapequa, just like me. You don't need a logo because you're not a brand name, and you're not going to become one. You don't need a logo, you don't even need business stationery. Business letters that look good enough to command respect is one job your computer can do quite well enough. Anything more is overkill and an unnecessary expense. But back to business cards. Not only are very good cards easy to design and inexpensive to print, but they only go to people who've already expressed interest in your services. Give 3 or 4 cards to every client as you leave after your show. A simple request will get them passed to several people at the show. At the door, when I'm saying goodbye and getting my check,
Thank you very much.
Oh, well, thank you. Was everything okay?
Everything was just fine. The children had a wonderful time.
Well, if I can help again, please let me know. And let me give you a card or two. If any of the parents would like a show, I gave you a little discount. I can give them a discount, too.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
If you refer anybody to me, make sure they mention that you sent them, and I'll give them a good discount, too. And if that happens, honor it. Even if they don't mention it until after you've quoted your regular price, it's a lead and a sale you wouldn't have gotten otherwise, and a modest reduction, maybe $10, won't kill you. And since you're a magician, learn to drive the impression home with a couple of business card tricks. There are plenty to choose from. Here are a couple. You're not going to have time for an extended effect standing at a person's door getting ready to leave. What you want is just something to punch up the moment of your presenting your card to the person. So here are a couple of things that come to mind. Most magicians tend to think you really have to prove. The average person is not paying attention to 90% of what comes in front of his eyes, and he's not expecting a magic trick at this point. Here you have a stack of your business cards. Oh my goodness, they're not printed. Let's just push them through. Oh my goodness, they're printed. Here, won't you have a few and give them to the parents? Here's a second quickie business card trick. It's the same kind of effect, printing your card right in front of the customer, and this time you can show both sides blank. To set up for the trick, turn the top card over and make sure you remember in your pocket where the top card is and where the rest of the stack is. At that point, if your hand is big enough, you just grasp the cards, buckle them, and use your thumb to push the remainder through your hand, and then just go south with the remaining card. They're not watching, I promise. Alternatively, you could cut a card from an index card that's about a 1/16 of an inch wider, and if your hand is a little bit too small, that way you can buckle the top card automatically without having to have a real big paw like mine.